The stock of the day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. Trade over 17,000 markets with extended trading hours on key US shares and competitive spreads, all on an award-winning platform. Get started at IG.com.
And the stock of the day is Superloop. The stock edged up after it said that it would acquire Optus's subsidiary Uecom for $17.5 million, which will add 2,000 kilometers of high-capacity fiber assets to its roster. The purchase is expected to complete by early 2025. So I thought that this was an interesting one to talk about today. You know, we had the ANZ CEO stepping down, but I think we're over talking about the banks. We had fund manager update, GQG and Platinum and Regal, but Superloop is one of those companies. Grady, I'll start with you on this one that's done really well this year, seems to be executing. So what do you make of this acquisition and how it fits in with the strategy?
Yeah, I think growth and acquisition is really good for Superloop, especially with their lower market share in the competitive phone market of Australia. Obviously, Telstra is at #1 and will always be, but well, depending how good the smaller players go. But the little players are really benefiting from the high cost environment right now as consumers look to switch to those lower cost alternatives. So Superloop has a really low cost structure, high margins, good cash as a FY24 of $3.6 million. Revenue and their other metrics really soared through the roof in FY24, and that's just a testament to the times in the market right now, that high cost of living pressures that are really driving consumers in Australia to look for cheaper alternatives. So Superloop is well poised to benefit from this. Now, revenue rose 47.1% in FY24. They've improved their net loss, so they are a loss-making company, but that's expected for a young company like Superloop. And doubtful debts did rise slightly, but not too bad for FY24, and that's kind of across the board, so it's not a massive red flag for me. So I do actually put a buy rating on the company. They've done really well to acquire this, announce this new acquisition today, and we're expecting a lot from the company over the next year. So I do like the company. They've reiterated guidance recently as well at their AGM, which we've seen a lot of companies have reduced guidance in this current tough economic environment in the market. So for them to keep it and maintain it is really good as well. So yeah, I really like the company. It's a buy.
Okay, there we go. We've started off with a bang. I will say you're not alone. Citi has a buy recommendation. Morgan Stanley's overweight. UBS recently initiated with a buy rating, and Morgan's is an ad. So there you go, Grady and good company. What about you, Jonathan Tacadena?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Grady. Very positive. I have a buy recommendation as well, so I'll get that out there. One thing with Superloop is that it's actually one that threw me off at the beginning of the year. I think I had it earlier on in the year when it was trading maybe $1.10, and then there was a takeover from ABB at $1.70. And once it got to that full valuation, I'm like, oh, it can't really do much. But then it broke out, and then that's when I was like, okay, it's got the momentum now and then heading higher. It rallied from that $1.70 up until $2.30 now, had this acquisition. So obviously management's kicking goals. If they're reiterating guidance and doing acquisitions growth by growth, I think they're kicking all goals. So yeah, it's a buy. They've definitely outperformed the telecom sector. I mean, the telecom sector's up 6% year to date. Superloop's up 240%. So
yeah, there you go.
That's a good outperformance, and I think that continues.
And so again, it's the momentum is behind them, so you don't stand in the way of that market momentum.
Yeah.
There you go. Superloop is the stock of the day. Double buy coming from my guests.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Trade over 12,000 shares and ETFs, including major tech giants with extended hours on an award-winning platform. Get started at IG.com.